ARIA is one of the more well-known high-end resorts on the Las Vegas Strip, but does it live up to the hype and is it worth the cost? After staying here, I have thoughts. There are several pools here at ARIA, including the Liquid Day Club. We're here in January, and there's actually only one pool open and 3 hot tubs. But the pool that they do keep open in the winter time happens to be the Sky Suites pool. It's nice and heated, and this pool is great because normally we would not have access to this pool. It's only for guests of the Sky Suites in the summertime. And what's great about it is that there are nice cushioned chairs. It feels a lot more luxurious. Well, we've been here in the summertime, so we have some footage of that, and let's show you what it looks like in the summer. I have mixed feelings about our room here. We're staying in a deluxe king room. It comes in at 510 square feet, which is a great size. Another thing I like is that when you come into the room, you have this built-in dresser that has 4 large drawers. And then on either side, you have a closet. And then right next to that, you have a very large full-size mirror. So it's kind of like this little dressing area, and I do really like that. But then you come into the room and it feels so dated. It has not been renovated since this hotel opened in 2009. But the good news is that they're planning a renovation at the end of 2026, so all of these rooms will be updated and we are looking forward to it. So the bed itself is pretty comfortable, but you do feel kind of lumps in the mattress, so you can tell that they do need to be replaced. There is a nice desk here if you need to get work done, and there are outlets right there by the desk so you can plug in your laptop. And I do like that there are outlets throughout this room, so it is very handy. And there are a couple of chairs with a little end table there. And I would say that this room just feels very large. Now going into the bathroom, it's kind of a funky layout. So you have this large shower. So you open the shower door, you have the shower, but then right behind it is the bathtub. So it's a little odd. You do have some nice double sinks, and I do like that there is a separate room for your toilet. But it is a good sized bathroom. Now, as far as cleanliness in this room, we took a black light to the bed and to the bathroom, and I'm happy to report that everything was spotless. We did not find anything on the bed, and the bathroom was spotless as well. The only thing we found on the toilet seat was there's some discoloration, but it wasn't because it was dirty. It was just discolored from being old. Because all the furniture in this room has really dark wood, you can really see the dust. And there is a lot of dust in here, and I don't know if it's just because it hasn't been dusted or it just shows a lot in this room because it's so dark. And you do see a lot of scuffs on the bed frame as well. And the carpet just looks and feels kind of dingy. So I'm looking forward to this remodel. I think the rooms will be much nicer once that's done. Now, as far as noise level is concerned, I would say that we've been in rooms where it's a lot quieter, but we've also been in rooms where you hear everything, and this is kind of in between. So we do hear some noise in the hallways if people are walking down, but I'm not really hearing anything from other rooms. Your curtains are controlled by a button, and when you do close the curtains, if you're trying to get some sleep during the day, I'd say you're gonna get about a medium dark. It's not a complete blackout. There's definitely some light that peeks out from the side and from the bottom. When you're in the casino and you're coming over to the elevators, you are required to scan your key card just to get to the area where the elevators are. And then once you're on your elevator, you have to scan your card again to get to your floor, and it'll only work for your floor. And then when you get into your room, you do have a deadbolt and then a stopper so that your room is secured. There is a pretty long line to check in, but there are about 6 or 7 people working the desk right now. But if you're like us, we don't like to wait in line, so we like to use the mobile app when we stay at MGM resorts. So you can do all of the check-in process online, and you can tell them what time you plan to arrive. So I usually try to tell them about an hour earlier than I plan to arrive, and most of the time our room is ready before we even get here. And so you can either use the key that's on your phone, or if you want to print a room key, if you're dropped off by a taxi or Uber, when you walk into the lobby, they do have little tablets available and you can just print your room key. Or if you drive in like us, as you come out of the parking garage and go down the escalator, there'll be tablets set up and we can just print our room key right there and head straight to our room. The aesthetic in the casino is very modern. It's dark in here, and then you'll notice different textures on the walls and the ceilings. There's not a lot of smoke smell in the main casino area. We went into 2 high limit areas, and both of them felt very closed in, and they smelled like smoke. Both of them did. And one of the high limit rooms, it really reminded me of a cruise ship casino. Just kind of felt like everything was kind of low ceilings, closed in, and kind of clumped together. I don't know why they did that with the high limit room. We were walking around the casino taking a look at the table minimums. It's a Sunday afternoon, and we noticed that there were a lot of blackjack tables open. Now there were 3 of them that were 3-2 blackjack, but all of them were $100 minimums. And the rest of the tables, probably about a dozen or so, were all either $25 or $50 tables, but they were 6-5 blackjack. There were 2 roulette tables open. One of them was a $25 minimum, but it was 000, and the other one was $50 minimum, and that was a 00. 4 craps tables were open. One of them was a $100 minimum, 2 of them were $50, and one of them was $25. You have a lot of variety of slot machines here. We always seem to find machines that we like to play, and they have a different variety of denominations, so they have plenty of penny machines, but you have some areas that have kind of the higher limits as well. We're standing on Las Vegas Boulevard, and ARIA is set pretty far back. So to walk from the Strip to the ARIA, you have to walk about 5 minutes. But if you happen to be on the Strip, there is a little shopping center right out here in front, and they have a Whataburger and a Perry's Pizzeria. And then right next door, there's a CVS, so you can stock up on your water and snacks. You'll find it very convenient that there is an interior walkway that takes you right into Park MGM, and there's also a tram that stops at the Crystal Shops and takes you all the way to Bellagio. If you go out the north entrance, you can take a short 3 or 4 minute walk to Vdara, and inside of Vdara there is an interior walkway that goes to either Cosmopolitan or Bellagio. Right outside of the ARIA lobby, you'll find Toca Madera, which is a great Mexican food option. And then right next to that is the shops at Crystals. And in there you'll find some more dining options and high-end shopping. But if you keep walking through the Crystals shop, you'll end up crossing the bridge over to Cosmopolitan. What I love about ARIA is that there is a wide variety of food options at different price points. So starting off with the higher end restaurants, you have places like John George Steakhouse, Bordeaux Brasserie, Carbone, and then Javier's. And behind me is Gymkhana. Now this was a highly anticipated restaurant. It's an Indian restaurant that opened its first Las Vegas location. They actually had their grand opening while we were staying here, and they had done up a whole display outside. They decorated it so beautifully. It looked a lot different than it does right now. And then right next door is Catch, and there used to be Cathedral right next door to that, but they did close down. At a bit of a lower price point, you have Lemongrass, which is a Thai restaurant. You have Salt and Ivy that's open for brunch, and one of our favorites at ARIA is Din Tai Fung. You can load up on some delicious food, and you don't feel like you're breaking the bank. And if you're looking for quick bites, you do have several options. So down on the casino level, you have Posh Burger, Moneyline Pizza, and the Bellagio Patisserie that's open 24 hours a day. But if you come up to the promenade level, you have a Starbucks, there's a juice shop, and then you have the Proper Eats food hall. Now this opened up a while back, and they have a ton of options here. We've tried this place many times, staying here or just visiting. One of our favorite places to eat for breakfast is here at the Proper Eats food hall in its Egghead. If you're looking for a quick breakfast in ARIA, at the Proper Eats food hall, you have Egghead, and you know what, this is a great breakfast sandwich. This one has bacon, a fried egg, aioli, and some fried shallots, and it has a slice of tomato in it. These breakfast sandwiches are $13. All the breakfast sandwiches are $13. They have these amazing hash browns, and you can get them with cheese at $7. We also each got a coffee, $6 each. But I'm about halfway through the sandwich, and I cannot recommend it enough. There are different options if you're looking for bars or nightlife. This is the lobby bar, and a lot of times in the evenings, especially on the weekends, they'll have some sort of entertainment like a piano player or a sax player, so kind of light entertainment. You also have Alibi, which is kind of like a bar during the day, but it turns into a little bit of a swanky lounge in the evening. Then you also have the Lift Bar. Now this is right next to the elevators. It's just a nice place to come and have a drink. And actually the Lift Bar just underwent a renovation, so everything in here is brand spanking new. Now you also have the Gem Bar. Now this is right in the middle of the casino. It's just a small little area to come and have a drink. Up on the promenade level, you do have a bar that's part of the food hall, but there's also Easy's Lounge. It's kind of like a speakeasy lounge. And there is also a sports bar that is down on the casino level next to the sports book. And if you want that true nightlife experience, you can check out Jewel Nightclub. ARIA has a lot going for it. The casino has such a vibrant atmosphere, the vibes are good, and I just love the modern aesthetic to it. The pools are fabulous, you feel like you're in a tropical resort, and the restaurant choices are excellent. I love having the different price points and the different variety of food options here. Where I think this hotel just doesn't match up is with the rooms. It feels like you're staying at a lower end hotel when you're in the room versus when you come down into the casino area. I know that they're doing a remodel at the end of 2026, and that should make a huge difference. But until then, you're stuck with the dated, kind of older rooms. And I feel like once they have that up to speed, this is going to be a fabulous property once again. So let us know what you think. Does the room deter you from coming to stay at ARIA, or would you come back either way? Or maybe you just hate ARIA altogether and you'd rather stay somewhere else. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Drop us a comment and let us know. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.